Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about complex fractions. A complex fraction is a fraction in which the numerator or denominator or both is another fraction, which honestly sounds pretty terrible. So a little bit of advice is to simply use multiplication and division and change these complex fractions into ones that look simpler. So for example, one complex fraction you might see is this guy, 6/7 over 3. And what we want to do here is make it so that this numerator is no longer a fraction. And all we have to do is simply bring this fraction out front because we're treating this 6/7 as a number. So this is going to be 6/7 times. Now, one big point of confusion I see a lot is what do you put in the numerator once you've brought this 6/7 out to the front? And the answer is 1, because 6/7 times 1 gives me 6/7 again. So when you're removing this 6/7 from the numerator, you're effectively dividing. And to further simplify, you just multiply straight across to give us 6/21. Here's another example. This time we have 2 fractions within our fraction. To simplify, we're going to rewrite this in terms of fraction division. This is 3/4 divided by 2/7. So 3/4 divided by 2/7. And we know that when we divide fractions, we're secretly multiplying by the reciprocal. So that gives us 21/8. Now here's a complex fraction with a variable in it. Same deal as with the first example. We are going to rewrite this as x/5 times 1/8 to give us x/40. And last example, like the second one, except 2 fractions. So y/2 divided by 3/4. This is equal to y/2 times 4/3, which is equal to 4y/6. And if we want to, we can simplify that to 2y/3. Now, what if we have expressions involving fractions? Well, what we're going to do is treat the numerator and denominator as their own grouping symbols, which is to say that we're going to be simplifying the numerators and denominators first, and then going from there. Of course, we want to follow the order of operations. So here's an example. 4 times -3 plus 6 times -2 over -3 times 2 minus 2. I'm treating the numerator and denominator as grouping symbols. So when I go to simplify, what I want to do is first evaluate what's in the numerator. So if I simplify, I have 4 times -3, that gives me -12, plus 6 times -2, it is also -12. And then downstairs, we have -3 times 2, which is -6, minus 2. Simplifying again gives us -24 upstairs, and -6 plus -2 downstairs. So So we have negative 24 over negative 8, which reduces to 3. So here are some more examples. This is not the kind of thing you can just see once and totally get, so we're going to work through it. Here, 7 times negative 1 plus 9 times negative 3. We're going to be simplifying the numerator and the denominator first. So 7 times negative 1 is negative 7, plus 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. Then on the denominator, we have negative 5 times 2, which is negative 10, plus 3. And the next step is to simplify. So when we add together negative 7 and negative 27, we get negative 34. When we add together negative 10 and 3, we get negative 7. Now, here's an example where we have expressions in the numerator and denominator involving exponents. And you can see that this one might even be especially gross because we have fractions in the fractions. It's a complex fraction. To begin, we're going to be simplifying the numerator and denominator. So 1/2 squared means 1/2 times 1/2. And on the denominator, following the order of operations, we do exponents first. So we have 4 plus 9. When we multiply 1/2 and 1/2 together, we get 1/4. And then adding together 4 and 9 gives us 13. And this is just like one of the previous examples. We're going to bring that 1/4 out front so that we have now 1/4 times 1 over 13. Finally, we're going to multiply straight across to get 1 over 4 times 13, which is 52. Yeah, 52. And last up, we're going to kind of combine these things. So first, we're simplifying the numerator, 1 plus 3 squared. We do the exponent first. So this is 1 plus 9 over 3/8, which further simplifies to 10 over 3/8. Now, like in a previous example, we have a fraction in the denominator. So what we're going to be doing is writing that in terms of division of the fraction. So 10 over 3/8 really means 10 over 1 divided by 3/8. And when we divide fractions, we have to multiply by the reciprocal. Which is 8/3. Multiplying straight across gives us 80/3. And that's it. That's all for this video.